Hello, and welcome back to the Blackboard Black Belt Achievement Series, the Cool Communicator Part 2. Now that we've created a Blackboard Collaborate Ultra session in your course and reviewed the different settings and options available, it's time to learn how to work in a Blackboard Collaborate Ultra live session. Let's get started by clicking on the Collaborate link in our course menu that we created in the last video. Once we are in the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra tool page, we can click on the session that we would like to join. This will open up the session settings where we can click Join Session. When you enter a Collaborate Ultra session, it will take you through setting up your microphone and webcam. Collaborate will need permission to access your camera and microphone in order to use audio and video. When setting up your microphone, you should see the sound indicator bar moving. For optimal performance, the purple bar should be moving toward "You sound great" while you are talking. If you don't see the sound indicator moving, you might need to adjust your microphone setting in your operating system. Once your microphone is set as desired, click the "Yes, it is working" button. This will take you to the next step, the video test. As the page loads, you don't have to worry. No one else can see you at this point. This is just a test for your webcam. You may need to adjust your webcam, background, or lighting as needed. Once you have all these set as desired, click the "Yes, it is working" button. Here, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra will provide you with access to a tutorial. If you click on the Later button, it will take you to the session menu to show you where you can access the tutorial if you should need it at a later time. Click Close to return to the session. A little tip. If you're using a supported web browser like Chrome or Firefox, no additional plugins are required. If you experience issues with your browser, please make sure you have the most updated version. Now that we are in the session, let's take a look at the different tools that you have available. We'll begin by exploring the toolbar across the bottom of the Collaborate screen. The first icon you see is the My Settings icon, or the gray silhouette. Clicking on the icon will open a window pane in the center of the screen. To make changes to your settings, click on your name in the top right corner. This will open the Collaborate session panel on the right side of the screen. If you hover your mouse over the gray silhouette and click on the pencil icon, you can upload an image by clicking in the upload area or dragging and dropping an image of yourself from your computer. Collaborate shows you a preview of the picture and allows you to resize the image or crop the picture as desired. Once you are finished, click the I like it button. If you leave the Always Use This Profile Picture checkbox selected, this ensures you do not have to upload your picture each time you start a Collaborate session. When you have the picture set the way you like it, click Save. Your picture will appear in the toolbar and in the My Settings pane. Continuing with the settings in the My Setting pane, under Audio and Video Settings, you can set up your microphone and camera. This is a great place to start if you are having issues with your webcam or microphone and need to troubleshoot your connection. Click the Set Up Your Camera and Microphone option, and you'll be taken through necessary steps to test your connection. Let's continue exploring your options in the My Settings pane. We recommend as the session moderator that you use a computer or headset with a built-in microphone. But if your students or session participants don't have a speaker or microphone on their computer or access to a headset, they can use Collaborate's built-in telephony feature here. Users must still be logged into the Collaborate session, but they will simply be using their phone for the audio features in the session instead of their computer's microphone. In the last section of the audio-video settings allows you to adjust your speaker and microphone volume. Next is the section for adjusting your notification settings. Here you can select to turn on visual or audio notifications to assist you during the meeting. Below this section is the session settings. The first option under Session Settings is to only show moderator's profile picture. This allows you to keep your session secure and free from inappropriate profile pictures. The next option allows you to set your preferred language for your Blackboard Collaborate session. The next option is Gallery View. It lets you see the most students at one time. With this view option, you can see up to 25 attendees on a single page. If you choose to disable this for you or your participants, you will only see up to 4 videos. Here you can adjust the settings for your participants. We talked about these settings previously when we were setting up the course room. If you are having issues with the session, you can click Report an Issue, which will send a report directly to Blackboard. Let's return to the toolbar at the bottom of the session screen. You may have noticed when we were looking at the My Status and Settings that your avatar has a little green check mark next to it. This check mark indicates that you are currently present. If you need to step away for a minute, you can simply click the green check mark and it will open the My Status and Settings panel. Here you can click on the Away icon to change your status. Your status has now changed to a yellow clock. Once you're back, simply click the I'm Back button to change your status back to present. Next to your avatar, you may have noticed a microphone icon on the toolbar. You will notice that if your microphone has a line through it, this means that the audio is not being shared with the other participants. To share your audio, simply click the microphone button. Your microphone will turn green and the volume indicator will bounce as you speak. Similarly, if you would like to share your video, simply click the camera icon in the toolbar. You will be shown a video preview window. Make any adjustments as needed. Then, click the Share Video button. Your camera icon will turn blue and you will see what's being displayed in your webcam in the bottom left of the screen. To turn off your microphone and/or camera, simply click the appropriate icon in the toolbar. This will immediately stop sharing your video and/or audio. The last icon in the toolbar is the Raise Hand icon. This feature does exactly what you think it would. It raises a virtual hand so the moderator will take notice. This is a great way for your students to get your attention during the live Collaborate Ultra session. If the moderator chose to get a notification when a hand is raised, they will be notified when the participant clicks on this icon. The moderator can lower the attendee's hand by clicking on the Open the Collaborate panel icon in the bottom right of the screen. From here, select the attendee's icon from the bottom of the panel. Locate the student with their hand raised. Click on the More options for the attendee. From the drop-down menu, select to lower their hand. Since we are already in the attendees list area, let's go ahead and explore some of the features in here. As already shown, clicking on the More options next to the attendee will open up various options for this individual. From here, you can chat with the individual, promote them to different roles such as moderators, presenters, or captioners. Also, if the user is not a moderator, you can mute them and remove them from the session altogether. The captioner's role is designed to provide an accessible learning experience for students who are deaf or hard of hearing, as well as for students whose native language is different from the moderator. A moderator can assign this role to any participant in this session. The captioner is given an area to type what is being said at the top of the session screen. Other participants can view what the captioner is typing in real time, and you can have multiple captioners for multiple languages. There's an additional feature in this area that is pretty useful. Here you can check the network connection for the attendee. This is handy if the person's audio or video keeps cutting out. More often than not, it's an internet connection issue. By clicking on the More Options button at the top of the Attendees panel, moderators can find an attendee, detach the panel, and mute all the participants. Here's a tip. To see the attendees list and the chat panel at the same time, detach the attendee panel so they may be displayed side by side. The attendees panel will also display a list of who the moderators are, who the participants are, and if there are any presenters. The next section of the Collaborate panel we'll take a look at is the chat. If we click on the chat icon at the bottom of the Collaborate pane, it will open up the chat panel. Here you will see that we can post chat messages to everyone in the Collaborate session or just to moderators. The chat panel also has some built-in emoticons available to add a bit of fun to your chat messages. And the last icon we talk about in the Collaborate menu panel is the Share Content icon. The options for sharing content are Share a blank whiteboard, share applications and screen, such as a browser or slideshow, share a camera, or you can simply share files. The Shared Files option currently accepts images, PowerPoint, or PDF files. Let's start by sharing a PowerPoint file. To begin, click the Share Files icon, then drag and drop your file into the Add Files area here. You will see an animated icon that will indicate the file is uploading. After it finishes uploading, you will see a preview. Select the file and then click the Share Now button at the bottom of the Collaborate menu panel. If you have a multiple slide PowerPoint, you are given the option to choose which slide to begin sharing. Let's start with the first slide. Once it is on the screen, I can begin navigating through the slides using the navigation arrows at the bottom of the screen. One thing to note with PowerPoint slides, Collaborate converts each slide into a static image file. So you will lose any transitions or animations if you choose to share this way. To stop sharing the content, simply click the Stop Sharing icon in the top right corner of the screen. If you would like to share an application with your students, for example, to show them how to complete an assignment, you can do that by choosing Share Application. Then choose the application window you would like to share. The browser may prompt you to give Collaborate Ultra access to your screen. The application that you choose to share will now be displayed on all of the participants' screens so they can follow along with you. When you're finished sharing the application, click the Stop button to stop sharing. Additionally, you can share a blank whiteboard with your class. To do this, click Share Blank Whiteboard. Within the whiteboard, you have a few more tools. In the top right corner, you'll notice that we have some document view settings. We can pan to move the whiteboard around. We can zoom and fit or adjust the page view to meet our needs. The next set of tools that we have are Annotation Tools. This will allow us to edit and mark up the whiteboard. These tools can be used by both the moderator and the participant roles if that's allowed in the settings. If we click on the pencil, we have access to the drawing brush and eraser tool. This will allow us to draw freehand on the page. Next, we can click on text to add text directly to our whiteboard page. Then we can add shapes like line, arrows, rectangles, and more. Or we can clear all of our notations altogether. These tools can also be used on shared files. When you are done, click the Stop button to stop using the whiteboard. The Share Camera option gives you the ability to share more than one camera. Share your video and share another camera connected to your computer if you'd like. Students can see you and anything else you want to show. You're only limited by the number of cameras that are connected to your computer. Another option for sharing content in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra is the polling feature. Clicking on the option, it shows you the type of questions you may ask. We'll select the Yes/No option for this scenario. Once you decide what kind of question you want, and click Start. People in your Collaborate session will see this pop-up box. You can watch the incoming responses and see if anyone hasn't answered yet. You have the option to lock the poll to prevent new answers from coming in. Once done with the question, simply click the Stop icon in the top right of the pop-up menu. There are a few more engagement features located in the My Status and Settings panel at the bottom of the session screen. To access them, click on your picture. Here, attendees will have the ability to provide feedback using emotions, agree or disagree, and they can also let the speaker know if they need them to slow down or speed up. The results for these engagement tools will show up in the Attendees panel. They will last for about 30 seconds and allow the moderator to see who gave what answers. Furthermore, your Collaborate session can be divided into breakout groups. Click on Breakout Group from the Share Content panel. This splits up attendees in your session to form separate conversations for collaboration. You have the option to form custom assignments where you decide how everyone will be split up. If you have 4 or more attendees, you can use random assignment. I'll add myself to Group 1 and click Start. Now I can see that I'm in Group 1. As the moderator of the session, I can switch between groups. Once you're finished with your groups, click the stop icon. This will return everyone back to the main session. Finally, let's take a look at the session menu by clicking on the 3-line icon in the top left corner of the session window. Clicking this reveals the Start Recording option. If you choose this option, the recording will start automatically. To stop recording, click on the session menu icon again and select Stop Recording. Your Collaborate recordings will automatically appear in your Blackboard Learn course after they finish rendering. This can take from just a few minutes to a few hours. The session menu also includes the phone number for using your phone for audio to call into a session, links to report an issue, learn about the Collaborate interface, and get help from Blackboard if you need it. When you're ready to exit the room, you can do so by clicking on the Leave Session icon in the bottom left corner of the Collaborate session menu. Rate the session and then click Submit and exit. That concludes Part 2 of the Cool Communicator course. In the next video, we'll explore how to view reports, manage recordings, and share a few best practices. See you soon in Part 3.